is the player that was revealed to all of you earlier today as player number 13 on our list of the Bears' greatest draft picks of all time. We compiled a top 20 list of the greatest Bears draft picks of all time. And today, about 30 minutes ago, and we unveil it every day at 12:50, you heard that number 13 was the third rounder, 68th overall back in 2003 by the way of the University of Arizona, the one, the only, Lance Briggs. And he joins us now on the CarX Tire and Auto Hotline. My goodness, stranger, how are you?
It's been a long time.
I'm good. I mean, all I'm focused on right now is how you emphasize the old. So old. My old friend. I'm not that old.
Well, we're a little old. I mean, let's face it.
I mean, we're at least 40, are we not, Lance?
Yeah, we're
we're there.
Right? We're there. When you are number 13 on our list. I know you were waiting with bated breath to find out where you were going to be. You heard, whoa, Carmen and Jurko are doing a top 20 Bears list. I hope I'm on it. Where am I going to be? Do you feel like you've landed in a pretty appropriate spot being inside the top 15 of the greatest draft picks in franchise history?
I would hope so. I would hope so. It says a lot about, speaks volumes about the career, about my career. And when I came in as a third rounder, I came into a team that already had a face of the franchise in Brian Urlacher and Mike Brown. I mean, they had players all around, and the expectation wasn't very high for me, and I certainly earned my way, and every year the coaches would bring in a linebacker that they wanted to compete or beat me out, and that never happened. So being ranked in the top 20 is a big deal.
When you're drafted by the Bears, Lance, like do you realize pretty quickly when you're considering the position you played, like do you realize pretty quickly some of the expectations and just what goes with playing that position, being part of that position group, considering the history of the franchise?
Yeah, it's well, number one, it's rich in Chicago. So any linebacker, you're a defensive player, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But linebacker in particular, Chicago is a very special place. And until they started unlocking numbers, I mean, it's very hard to get a 50s number in the city of Chicago.
Right.
It's one of those places where, before the final cut, you got a lot of guys running around with number 97 and 98 and 70, 73 playing linebacker because there's been so many great linebackers that have come through that have donned some form of a 50 number.
Were you happy to play your whole career here, or did you maybe want to go somewhere else at the end? It just never materialized, or are you glad that you played all 173 of your career NFL games in a Bears uniform?
Yeah, I have a lot of pride in only playing for one team. And that being Chicago, I've always felt a lot of love from the city. And I felt like I've always given my all, laid it all out on the field. So, and a lot of guys that have played in the NFL have gone from this team to that team and another, and they have these different experiences. My only experience is at Hollis Hall and Soldier Field.
You think they're on the right track right now with all the changes that have happened? You feel good about sort of where this rebuild is going?
It's gathering a lot of excitement. I'm really excited. At the end of the day, no matter how excited I am, they have to go out and they have to perform.
Yeah.
But based off of what I saw, the coaching and the way that they played last year, they have so much to build on. And there's so many positive things that I see. People say it's Lovey 2.0, whatever, but I understand this style of defense. It's not, to me, it's never about the scheme. It's about how you play it. And you get the right guys out there. You get the right 11 guys defensively out there that are ready to get after it. And you're going to do special things. And now you have some guys on the offense that with the quarterback is Justin Fields. He's a field general, and you can do some special things on offense. and obviously you put those two things together, you get special teams. I'm really excited to see what this team can do and where they're going to take us.
Is Justin Fields the answer at quarterback?
Yeah.
Simple,
I
plain.
like how definitive. Yes.
Absolutely. And what I love the most about him is his smart. He's a quarterback that I see using his legs on the more in the early parts of his career, and using his arm more on the back end of his career.
What position do you address at 9 in the first round?
Good question. Because the thing you got to remember now, we have 2 first-round picks next year. So, have we done enough offensive line-wise? No, we haven't.
Mm-hmm.
There are some guys there. Do we feel that piece? Do we feel like in this year's draft we can fill a piece on our interior defensive line, in particular that 3 technique spot that can make our defense a force, an even stronger force this year, and then kind of hope the Carolina Panthers have a subpar season, we get another top 10 pick, next year, and we get the top tackle.
Yeah, they could.
And to me, I don't think you go wrong with what you picked this year. I think you bolstered your offensive line at least enough to function better than you did last year. So now I think it's about which piece do you want? Do you want? And if you don't get that piece, you get that piece next year.
Yeah, that's into the luxury of all the draft capital they have accumulated.